Good morning. This is the Eastern Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Wednesday, January 11th. So key points to go through today is our snow will be ending across the region by this afternoon at the latest. It will be rather breezy across most of the region today, and we're looking at mainly dry weather extending into Friday night and possibly even Saturday. So looking at our satellite image here, you see our system over eastern Idaho starting to depart the region, drier air moving into the western United States. Looking at our weather risk outlook, still looking at some minor risk levels, basically for the Snake Plain and the east southeast and eastern highlands. Breezy conditions expected in many areas today. Really not so much up across the central mountains though. And then once again, our next chance for some snow right now doesn't look like a huge system, but looking generally over the weekend. So our current advisories in effect are for a decent chunk of eastern Idaho as the system pulls out. These are mainly in effect into the early afternoon hours. Looking at our reflectivity today, you can see we're forecasting the snow starting to move out of our region, mainly into the eastern highlands, northeast highlands starting off this morning, and then pulling away into Wyoming by this afternoon. See just by the afternoon there, just a few residual echoes left on this simulated radar loop here. Looking at our high temperatures today, generally in the 30s across most of the region, maybe some low 40s across the Magic Valley. Snowfall amounts for the remainder of the day really could be a little bit higher across the Island Park, Ashton, Driggs area than what we're seeing here. Maybe even Rexburg could be in more like in that 1 to 3 area. Even down here across the eastern highlands, it could be just a touch bit higher. But the whole point being is the snow is moving out, and our additional accumulations, except for across the eastern highlands here, should be done for a lot of folks here across the Snake Plain and west. Just a couple more inches like in that across the east. So looking at our wind gusts for this morning, this is when we're expecting our strongest winds. You see some generally 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts, in some areas slightly stronger. For this morning. Winds do lessen just a little bit as we go into the afternoon hours. And then looking at tonight, our low temperatures tonight, everywhere should be falling well below freezing, except for maybe around Twin Falls, might be hanging down a little bit closer to the freezing point. Wind gusts start dying off pretty quickly this evening. You see here generally in the teens to right around 20 miles per hour, and then continuing to do so overnight, except for it could be a little bit stubborn up on some of our hilly terrain, maybe some of our typical trouble spots where we have blowing and drifting issues. Might want to watch out for those. Could take a while for those spots to settle down with the winds. And then looking at our high temperature forecast for Thursday, generally pretty mild across the region, lots of 30s, maybe some low 40s running around as well. And our wind gusts on 30 generally in the teens, maybe some 20 mile per hour gusts out towards the Magic Valley possible. So just to summarize, we're looking for the snow ending mainly by early afternoon. Brisk conditions across most of the region today, and dry weather returns to the region and should hold out into Friday night. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Thank you.